couple of touchdown passes. That was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That whole thing was thrown off track thanks to the defense of Fred Warner. Really nice play. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He's got the tight end Furtzer right side complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Gets this to Furtzer, the tight end. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll run. It's Henry. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
I don't believe that was called right here in the moment. I believe this was called during practice this week, that he was going to decide to be aggressive even on his own side of the field.
Just you mean because it's the opening drive? Maybe they had this scripted?
I think that he just talked about it with his
and he will score! Touchdown, Titans! Julio Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned to get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. First carry for Raheem Mostert. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and tackle and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. Well, this defense for the Titans, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed.
Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Virginia Tech, Caleb Farley. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him. But right now, he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw into the hands of Ferkser here. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Again, Tannehill. He dumps it off for Henry. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise...
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Titans lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. And maybe starting the campaign for another Offensive Player of the Week award in the AFC.
Yeah, strike of the band, right? They're going to lead him along, and the band being that offensive line, he's locked into the rhythm of what they're doing up front, and he's definitely off to that great start, a second straight week.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now they come into this one with an 0-8 record. The playoffs obviously out the window weeks ago. For now, their season boils down really to one question. How do we come up with that first win?
It's a great question, and I do think that they'll get it because they've been close a few times. But in order to get it done, morale has to stay high, so a lot of that goes on the coaching staff. You know, easy to coach when you're 7-1. That's a piece of cake. But with their record right now, how do they manage to keep these guys going in the right direction? And they're going to need some help from some of those veterans in the locker room as well.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to air one out. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talking about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Getting set to go again on offense. We get a peek at Julio Jones now. Creeping up on 1,000. Could get there on this drive. So a challenge for him to do that. But also defensively, maybe a challenge for them to not allow that.
And that means probably kicking even more coverages to his side. And what that really means is wherever he lines up, you will have a cornerback over in his area. Now instead of blitzing your linebacker, dropping him into coverage. Instead of the safety dropping into regular coverage, that safety moves into that area to try and discourage a quarterback from going to him. That means everyone else, win your routes. You've got an opportunity to catch passes now too.
Yeah, a little bit of a cat and mouse game. Tannehill on 1st down. This is caught by Antonio Brown. 7 yards, the pickup there.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. Here we go on 4th. Tannehill. He's got a man. It's Burkser, the tight end. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Tannehill now to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off at the 24. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead, but now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime, because I think we were headed towards one. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, they told us, they've got confidence. And that's caught inside the 35. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Off play action, Tannehill. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Jones. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
Danico Autry is in on the stop. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They hand it off to Mostert. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give to Mostert running right. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Able to power through. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st down, Rodgers. He hits Adams, complete. Touchdown, Saints. Davante Adams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment and you have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Tennessee offense set to go again. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this 1st half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the 1st quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Two minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Escaping the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he fires one, but incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the 1st half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Oh, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach have already made that decision.
On 4th down, Tannehill. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And got his man, complete. Touchdown, Titans. Julio Jones. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Now Rodgers. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Rodgers to throw once more. That's complete to Troutman right side. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing again on second down. Rodgers. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. To throw is Rodgers. Touchdown! Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Saints have moved out in front. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And now let's discuss Julio Jones, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Now Tannehill rolling to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. We've seen this offense do some unconventional things thus far, but they couldn't go for it on 4th down here, could they?
Could someone patch us into the head coach's headset? Punt the ball.
And this will be blown dead right around the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. Open man is the tight end, Troutman. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. Get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. Aaron Rodgers, we focus on him for our players spotlight. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They get this to Smith on the jet sweep, and he'll get this up to about the 40. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now Rodgers. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Here's Rodgers. Throw left side, complete to Troutman. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On second down, Mostert. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 57 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Rodgers now on first down. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. On play action, now Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. To throw, it's Rodgers. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 35. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it's Tannehill. He's got his tight end over the middle. That's Ferkser. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 16 more on that one and another first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On first down, Tannehill. Complete. It's Henry. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
To throw again on second down. Tannehill. Quick slant to Brown. And the Titans are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a first and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans have made this a one-score game. Pulling good on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well. No one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot of help.
Time to find out if he can keep that perfect game going here, partner. From the 30 on second down, Rodgers. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Here's a handoff to Mostert running left. First down and a little extra for Mostert. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. 133 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. They'll run with Mostert. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a...
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Second down and goal. Rodgers. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Saints might be headed to the win column for the first time this season as they add on to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do.
With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Tannehill. Looking deep for Julio. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way. No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
139 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Adam Troutman. His 1st touchdown on the year.
And the Saints add on to their lead, and they appear poised to break this long losing streak.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Here comes Ryan Tannehill now, leading his offense back out there. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they've made some good adjustments, so he's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right, and rocking and rolling. They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing him all sorts of trouble.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Jones goes diving, and he's got it. A gain of 32 that time. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Now Tannehill. He'll buy some time right. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone.
And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tannehill. The ball comes out. And this is picked up by the Saints.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following